In a world where love stories are torn apart by headlines, Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber have spent 7 years writing their own. But their journey hasn't just been about romance and marriage, it's been about survival. Survival in the face of rumors, whispers of divorce, doubts about happiness, and criticism that never seems to end. So how do Justin and Hailey deal with the constant storm? How do they fight back when the internet declares their love broken? Tonight, we tell the untold story of Justin and Hailey Bieber, their marriage, the rumors, the truth, and the resilience that keeps them together. The year was 2009. The world was just getting to know a 15-year-old Canadian kid with swoopy hair and a voice that would change pop forever, Justin Bieber. That same year, at a Today Show taping, a young Hailey Baldwin was introduced to him. She wasn't a global mogul yet. She wasn't the face of road skin. She was just a teenager with a famous last name, shyly shaking hands with the boy the world was screaming over. That handshake would one day lead to marriage, but not before years of friendship, distance, heartbreak, and second chances. For years, Justin and Hailey orbited each other's worlds. Justin dated Selena Gomez on and off in one of Hollywood's most public love stories. Hailey was often in the background, supportive, quiet, and keeping her distance. But beneath the spotlight and the tabloids, Justin and Hailey built something rare in Hollywood, a friendship. They shared faith, values, and an understanding of fame's pressures. By 2016, the friendship turned romantic. They were spotted vacationing together, kissing on New Year's Eve. Fans speculated. Was this serious? Was Hailey just a rebound? But as quickly as the romance started, it ended. Justin and Hailey went their separate ways. And for 2 years, their futures seemed uncertain. Justin and Hailey reconnected. What started as a conversation turned into a spark. And that spark reignited a fire neither of them expected. In July of that year, Justin proposed. Just weeks later, they were engaged. By September, they quietly wed at a courthouse in New York City. To fans, it was a whirlwind. To them, it was fate. But no love story in Hollywood comes without shadows. From the very beginning, tabloids predicted doom. Some called Hailey a rebound. Others said Justin was still hung up on his ex. Social media buzzed with comments like, "They'll never last," and "This is just for attention." Instead of being celebrated, their marriage became a target. Every facial expression, every unfollow on Instagram, every night spent apart turned into a headline. The narrative was clear. If Justin and Hailey were happy, the world didn't want to believe it. Years later, Hailey would open up in Vogue about what it feels like to be constantly misrepresented. "I feel like I've fought so hard to try to get people to understand me, or know who I am, or see me for me," she admitted. "And people just don't want to sometimes. And there's nothing you can do about that." She explained how exhausting it is to correct lies, only to be told she's lying. Imagine living your life, newly married, and opening Instagram every day to read, "They're getting divorced." For Hailey, it wasn't just unfair. It was suffocating. Justin's struggles weren't just public. They were personal. He has been open about mental health battles, struggles with fame, and the immense pressure of being Justin Bieber. For years, he carried the expectations of millions while fighting his own demons. Hailey wasn't just his wife, she was his anchor. She stood beside him through panic attacks, health scares, and dark times. But the more she stood by him, the more critics accused her of being unhappy, trapped, or ready to leave. For Justin, that cut deep. For Hailey, it was relentless. In 2024, Justin and Hailey welcomed their first child, Jack Blues Bieber. It should have been a time of joy. But Hailey revealed the truth. Postpartum life was the most sensitive, difficult time she had ever faced. To wake up in a new body, learning motherhood, and then scroll through headlines screaming they're getting divorced was overwhelming. She admitted, "It is such a mindfuck. I cannot even begin to explain it. It's a crazy life to live." Instead of peace, she got rumors. Instead of celebration, she got doubt. They stopped fighting the lies. Justin retreats into music, faith, and family. Hailey builds her road empire and focuses on projects she loves. And together, They remind each other that the outside world doesn't define their marriage. Hailey once said, "They're going to say whatever they want to say. But at the end of the day, I go home to my husband. I know who we are, and that's what matters." Their defense isn't shouting louder. It's living quietly, authentically, and letting time prove them right. The reality is this: Justin and Hailey aren't just fighting for their marriage. They're fighting against the machine of celebrity culture. For tabloids, a happy couple doesn't sell. Drama does. Divorce rumors do. Speculation makes clicks. And for every smile Justin and Hailey share, there will always be someone zooming in, looking for a crack. But what separates them is resilience. Year after year, rumor after rumor, they are still together, still married, still choosing each other. When you strip away the noise, what's left is a story of love. A boy from Canada who became the biggest pop star in the world. A girl who grew up in Hollywood's shadow but carved her own name. Two people who found each other, lost each other, and then found their way back again. Their marriage isn't perfect, but it's real. And in a world built on illusion, real love is the ultimate rebellion. Justin and Hailey Bieber have spent 7 years proving the world wrong. They've faced rumors, doubts, lies, and endless criticism. But through it all, they've held on to each other. Their story isn't about gossip, it's about resilience. About waking up every day and choosing love, no matter what the headlines say. So next time you see a rumor online, ask yourself, what do you mean? Because for Justin and Hailey Bieber, love speaks louder than gossip. This was their story. Then, now, and forever.